right, it looks like we are off. I think we're gonna have 4 over-out runs. Not 100% sure here. Judging on the PBs that I can see, all of them look that way. Although Caznode's could be new route, but I don't think it is. The runners as we make our way through Series Station. As with everything where SAS goes, explosions happen. So, not unexpectedly, nobody went to get the 100-shot Ridley RTA record here during this run. I'm suggesting that as someone's going to make their way through series here, which I'm really convinced is a giant setup, considering these scientists. I don't see how they could possibly make these jumps up these stairs. I've worked with scientists and engineers, and they're not the most athletic bunch.
Hey, Mook, I hope you don't mind if I join you on commentary here.
No. More the merrier.
So clearly those, it's because Ridley turned on the gravity, right? So before Ridley showed up, there was no gravity. They could float around. It was fine.
That works just as well for me as anything else. Plus, how weird would it be for Ridley to fly upside down? It doesn't make any sense otherwise.
Yeah, he has a huge advantage if gravity exists, because he can pogo, and as we all know, pogoing is by far the strongest move that Ridley has.
And the most annoying.
Absolutely.
Everyone starts running to their left here, which shouldn't be a surprise.
It's actually kind of interesting because it's an interesting choice by Deer Force, right? Because in almost every game of that era, it all went left to right. And this is one of those first games that if you go left to right, you're immediately hit with a wall and have to find another way around.
Which, to the native English speakers, is weird because we do everything left to right. Although, I guess it could be somebody from a culture that they read right to left. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
Makes for a good story that way.
Mm-hmm. We've got all of our runners picking up Morph Ball. That's an item they're going to use throughout the entire run because Samus does not know how to crawl.
Which is kind of weird because she knows how to crawl in Zero mission.
Maybe the power suit can't, bend that way or get up after it's down, right? Because she only crawls when she doesn't have the power suit, if I remember right.
Sounds accurate. Which is weird that it can roll up into a ball, but you can't crawl. But...
Yeah, absolutely. We got Caznode coming up to the reverse pit room here. Let's see if he can get across without falling down here. Oh, one pit. Not too bad. Oh, the pit of shame, the reverse pit of shame, the shame of pit. We've got Galen doing the Kip Behemoth JD climb. Along with Tex, EODTex also doing the ledge grab climb. So it looks like we've got the top side doing wall jumps, if I caught Caznode correctly, and the bottom side doing ledge grabs. Going to be a very nice bomb time by Galen. Should be sub 5, which is always a solid time.
Yeah.
Let's see if Galen can get five shots and 7 missiles. I think it's 5 shots and 7 missiles. 5 shots and 6 missiles. Maybe this is why I'm not very good at BT.
It is 5 shots, and then I don't remember exactly.
And Galen heading right out there, wrecking BT, and saying, "I got more important bosses to kill."
Yeah, like King Cack.
Oh man, the worst boss by far. Those and I don't even think it's King Cack, right? It's King Cack's projectile cactus spikes that are the real boss.
He's up there, you know, using them like a puppeteer, though.
Nobody getting unlucky yet on the waiver drops, opening that door and getting missiles to refill before early supers. Galen running through the pirates, so I assume that they'll be doing old route. Do you know if any of these runners are doing new route, or if it's a 4-way old route race?
I think it's going to be 4-way old route. That's, you guys saw, it was 46 minutes, so most the time I really don't see people switch until about that 45-minute mark.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And EOD is plowing through everyone, so I haven't seen anyone avoid the space pirates, so
yeah,
generally a good sign for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Galen, the first one to get supers. Looks like Caznode right behind him. EODTex is setting up the mock ball to get through this. That said, I've been wrong about just about every prediction I've made on every run I've commentated, so we'll probably watch all this and then watch as Galen heads straight to Dragon, you know?
The DP RK route, yeah. That one's really popular. It's a little difficult to do because you have to go to Croc and then get a couple of things.
You could
do shoeless.
You could crab climb without grapple.
It's true. So he would have to do some extra searching for energy tanks, even for that quick hell run, though. I think.
Well, we'll see. We'll see shortly. I think if we'll see if Galen heads up or down. I think you're right. I think we've got 4 old routes, which will make this a lot easier to commentate.
Yeah, I did a 4-way just a little while ago, and it had 2 new routes and 2 old routes, so it was a little difficult to keep up with.
Yeah, we do indeed have Galen heading down and Caznode heading down. So I'm guessing we've got Kraid first here for all these runners.
Although I do enjoy races where we have the divergence, just because you it's kind of a little more suspenseful.
And I know they're not racing, but Caznode just caught up and passed Galen by just a little bit here. There's some really impressive movement through that area.
Yeah, I mean, and they're all just a couple of rooms apart. I mean, everyone's done pretty well through 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And very nice three super entries into Kraid by both Caznode and Galen. That's a really tricky strat to pull off, getting those 3 supers and the jump. Actually, I think the jump is probably the hardest part of that strat. You tend to bonk your head if you jump too high, or miss the ledge completely if you jump too soon. Tech's going for the easier 1 super and then run and wall jump off that step to get onto the ledge, but a little bit slower. It also saves you some ammo, though, so you got extra supers, which leaves you with extra missiles for after Kraid. We'll see if double Kraids each go to prom, or if they all stay home.
And we get a Spazer in this run too. So
Oh,
Mass picking up Spazer.
I didn't see that. I'm gonna pretend I never seen it. Caznode, unfortunately missing the quick kill and getting the Kraid stand-up glitch, and out of ammo, so gonna either have to farm up some missiles from the toenails from Kraid or use charge shots.
It's weird that Kraid has 3 toenails that he can throw, which it seems like he only has 2 feet, but you know.
That's true. Although each foot has. Oh, and Tech's getting a good clean quick kill, so he's gonna pick up his Varia and head out. This is actually, like, people laugh because it's the first boss, but it can be a really tough fight when you miss the quick kill because you've never practiced this fight. Like nobody practices doing Kraid without the quick kill.
No. And I mean, you already usually are going in there with pretty low ammo, so a hit on the spikes and you catch a toenail and you're in trouble.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and especially since he did the 3 super entry, he had no extra supers coming in there, so missing that and tends to make the fight take a lot longer. But he gets through it, and Masshesteria now gonna go for the charge version of the quick kill. Ooh, shot that super a little bit early. Oh, and we've got Mini Mook on commentary now.
Yeah, she's popped in. I don't know what she was doing. Actually, she's coming in to steal my pop or soda, depending on whatever part of the world you're from.
Yeah, I actually grew up calling it pop, and then moved to California, started calling it soda. Now I'm close to the area that just calls it Coke, so I'm getting all of the references.
So from Georgia, then.
I'm in Texas right now. So.
Oh well, from what I understand, everything in Georgia is Coke.
Yes, that is what I hear. Caznode picking up the Kraid tank. I think Galen did not pick up the Kraid tank. It looks like, unless he hasn't gotten high jump one. Oh, he hasn't gotten high jump yet. So all of our runners getting Kraid tank. Solid race safety there. It only costs you 20 or 25 seconds, I think, maybe 17, something like that, and adds a ton of safety to the route.
Especially when you get to Fantoon, who is everyone's least favorite.
I feel like every boss is everyone's least favorite boss, just depending on how well it goes, right?
Oh yeah, no, it definitely depends on the day of the week and things of that nature.
Masshesteria appears to have some sort of bug with his Super Metroid cart where he's shooting three shots instead of 1 whenever he shoots. I don't know where that comes from, but it's really weird.
That is the best part of these tournaments and races. You get to see all kinds of you get to see all kinds of tech and how everyone does everything just a little bit different.
Yeah, I actually really like it in the room that Caznode just got through. Business Center, I think there's as many ways to climb up through Business Center as there are runners. Everybody seems to do it a little bit differently. None of them seem that much slower, but it's always interesting to see how people approach it.
Yeah, and Mass has not been running all that long, so him grabbing Spazer is definitely a good idea, just because it helps with ammo management until you really get used to things.
Yeah, in all seriousness, picking up Spazer when early in your Super Metroid career until you get comfortable, especially it makes Fantoon. There's a pretty consistent 4-round Fantoon strat with Spazer and Wave, and you turn off ice if you've gotten it. Easy 4-round, just charged Spazer shots, 3 per round, and takes 4 rounds, very consistent. So I recommend that to a lot of beginners. Looks like Mass is going to go pick up ice early. Probably going to help him with Bubble Mountain, not having to worry as much about King Cac.
Nice Short pop knockball.
Yeah, getting through there, no problem. I see Caznode jumping through that door at the end of speed. That's not just for style points. That fixes that door transition, makes it go quite a bit faster. As long as you don't bonk your head or anything. That's some free time save there, just jumping through that door. Ooh, don't shoot that super. All right, you got it. Oh, Tex in my least favorite room in the game, along with Caznode, double chamber. All the moving platforms, so easy to go through, fall down, and just waste a lot of time jumping back up. And you have to come right back into it and do it backwards. I think it's the real worst room in the game. And we have sync wave beams on Tex and Caznode. With Galen just getting ready to leave Upper Norfair and head over to Fantoon. Galen's energy is looking good, so I would expect him to do an Alpha Spark here. One of the faster strats, but if you're worried about health for Fantoon, you can skip it and go for it. Looks like he's going to forego the Alpha Spark and just go through it normally. I received Masshesteria doing the...
Alpha.
Sorry, was that Mook?
Oh, no, I'm just saying that I think that Alpha Spark is the most missed trick that I've seen this tournament. Just, I don't know why. I know everyone can do it, and then every time I see it tried lately, it's just like, nope.
Yeah, we saw some unique Bubble Mountain strats there from Masshesteria. Not worrying about the wall jumps, just freezing the waivers or whatever those guys are, and climbing up them with ice. That's why he went to get ice early, and much faster to get ice early than to go around if you're not comfortable with those wall jumps.
It's definitely a tight grab there. I've struggled with that myself.
Here's Caznode gonna, looks like he's gonna get the Alpha Spark, no problem. And now Masshesteria is going to go fast. Oh, Tex getting grabbed by the Yapping Maw. Unfortunately, this isn't grabbed by every Yapping Maw %, so that was just a time loss there.
I think that's the next winter tournament, actually.
Well, I can't wait. I have not learned that route, but I'm sure it's highly technical and incredibly competitive.
There's up to like 7 times or something on the leaderboard for it.
All right, free top 10. I'm going to do it. Galen's health still looking really good, especially since he didn't do Alpha Spark. We'll see if he goes for Ocean Fly. No, it actually goes for the Goop Spark into the ceiling, setting up that RNG for Fantoon. And just going to spark right over Moat, making sure he misses those PV misses.
Important setup, that RNG, though.
Yeah. Oh, and Tex, unfortunately, damage boosting himself right into the Samus Eater. Or the Vile Plume, I believe is their actual name. Those are the things that just make you sit and wait and think about your actions while your time counts up.
And think about what you've done.
Ooh, it looks like Caznode is going to go for Ocean Fly. And getting it, very nice. It's a good swag strat there. Just to enjoy some item select while he goes over towards the green door to wreck ship. Thank you, Walranium, for the support. I appreciate it. Hopefully, Galen gets a clean Fantoon here. He's got 2 power bombs and 2 supers, so plenty of ammo to X Factor or Doppler Fantoon.
Or do one of each.
Yeah, the hybrid strat actually is, I think, really consistent. I really like it. And it looks like that's what he's going to do. He doesn't have power bomb selected anymore. That also means you get to keep one of your power bombs for attic.
I like I think it kind of gives you a little bit more of a variance that way. If you miss the X, on how many particles hit.
Yeah, and Galen getting a really clean 2-round, and doing the 2-round hybrid strategy that we talked about. Getting a charged wave shot on the first round, along with an X Factor, and then 2 missiles, 2 more missiles, and then a Doppler with 2 missiles and 1 super on the second round, which is enough to kill Fantoon. Caznode also getting a really nice Fantoon fight, clearing out that elephant ghost no problem. Masshesteria climbing up Red Tower shouldn't be a problem with ice. Simplifies everything a lot. You don't have to worry about any hero shots or wall jumping. You can just freeze these Ninja Turtles, step on them, work your way up. And as I say that Donatello there at the top knocked him around a little bit, wouldn't let him get up.
Just because it makes it easier doesn't mean they're not jerks.
Absolutely. Rumble Pups are walking around. They're hanging out. They're enjoying the 4-way race right now. I think Wilson is cheering for Masshesteria.
Really nice. It's always good to root for the underdog.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Masshesteria with a nice D-boost there to get the alpha power bombs. It's by no means free with high jump. It's a lot easier actually without high jump. But gets grabbed on the way out. That's happened to everybody, I'm pretty sure. Galen is going to get some time to check his social media and maybe post some things to Twitter, take a selfie while he goes down bowling. And Tex is through Fantoon as well. So we got 3 of our runners in or almost done with Wreck Ship, and 1 on the way. I see Masshesteria taking a safety save before Fantoon. It's not a bad idea at all. It's a dangerous fight, no matter how much health or safeties you take on the way. Caznode with a nice bowling spark, saying, I don't want to take damage from sparks. I'd rather damage myself along the way.
Because you got to go fast.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Masshesteria over the moat, no problem. Those horizontal shine sparks I see give a lot of beginners issues, and until you kind of understand the inputs to go horizontally, they can be really tricky. But he's having no trouble at all. He's on his way into Wreck Ship, ready to blow up that elephant ghost.
As someone who's not very good, I will vouch that they are difficult, and I am bad at them.
Yeah, I didn't even bother learning them until I realized I needed to do it to kill Dragon in a reasonable time. And then I just sat at landing site doing horizontal shine sparks in the air for about a half hour, an hour, and finally figured out what I was doing.
Another good room for that, if anyone is looking to practice, is the room leading into Torian there, the G4 room.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a good one too. Here, just watch Massesteria's fight, see what strats he's doing. He's got missile selected, so I don't know if he's just as Doppler or if he's gonna try some charge shots since he has Phaser. Looks like he's just gonna use missiles. Oh, he's doing 2 missiles, and then a charged Ice Wave Phaser shot.
Not a bad one.
Yeah, I think that'll also be a consistent 4-round. And if you're comfortable doing the missile strats, I think that's a better way to go, because you don't have to menu to turn off ice. If you keep ice on Phantoon will disappear on the first shot. So that's why if you want the other consistent forearm, you have to turn off ice.
Yeah, because it's after 300 damage that he disappears.
Something like that. Very, very nice Phantoon by Masshesteria. That is a really cool strat that I really like. I'm gonna steal that as a suggestion for a lot of beginners. I think very nice 4-round missiles and then a super at the end to clean it up. I really like that strat. Galen wasting no time on his way to Batoon. I feel like I blinked and he went from Red Tower all the way into pre-Batoon room.
Caznode had a very nice entrance into Meridia too, and up the fish tank and through Main Street.
Oh, and that sick super to open the door into a mock ball. That's a really tight mock ball to get. I tend to just bonk the door or fly through the door without getting morph. Ooh.
Fortunately, Galen missed his X Factor.
Yeah, and missing some of those supers. Batoon is just hard to hit, and you'll notice he's saving that last super. He probably won't use that on Batoon at all, because the last thing you want is to shoot your last super into Batoon and then not get a drop and have to farm in order to get into Dragon.
And he only got one drop too, so it's kind of crappy all around.
Yeah, looks like Caznode didn't quite get the opening he wanted either, and is going to be shooting some missiles out of Batoon head. Poked us out a little bit more for Caznode, so it's easier to just fill in full of missiles.
Yeah, he's got a better, he definitely got a better secondary pattern there.
Caznode going for the mock ball. I'm always worried when I try to go for that mock ball that I'm going to go straight down through the pit and have to go back through Aqueduct and come back around. We see Galen actually doing a little bit of extra farming just to have some ammo for Dragon. Probably wants a couple supers to get through. And Caznode, with that halfie, is actually pulling ahead of Galen now with a slightly better Batoon fight and the halfie, and without farming. Now they're not racing, but it is a really close, not race. I don't know what we want to call this. It's nice to see people
exhibition.
Close. Yeah, exhibition. Oh, Caznode using 2 supers to open that eye door.
Just to make sure.
He's not going to have. He's going to have 1 extra missile after shooting these turrets. Luckily, most runners will just use sparks and X Factor opening to kill Dragon. And Tex looks like he's picking up extra supers here. He's going to get the crab supers as well.
Another good beginner strat, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It can be useful for Ridley or even just Dragon. Having extra supers for Dragon to shoot makes it a lot easier.
Helpful for Torian too. That way you don't have to worry about your ammo as much.
Both runners have Dragon almost dead. There he goes for Galen, down along with Blue Suit. Is he going to go for... and down for Caznode, both getting Blue Suit. Are any of them going to go for the Spark Suit? Doesn't look like it. They're going to use the Spark to damage boost and pick up the drops a little bit faster.
Well done by both runners, definitely.
Yeah, we've got some sick sync between Caznode and Galen, both getting less than enough fanfare apart, and we'll see how Tex's Batoon fight goes. He's got more supers than anybody else in here, so looks like he's not even going to do an X Factor opening. He's just going to shoot him full of supers.
That's another way you can do it.
A little bit tougher to one-round him with just supers, but gets a quick opening after missing a couple supers and kills him no problem.
Yeah, fast 2 rounds. Can't argue with that.
Looks like Caznode didn't. I missed what happened. He had Blue Suit, but did he not? Did he not go for reverse halfie, or did he lose his Blue Suit somewhere along the way?
I missed it too. He might have hit the down button too early. Lost the input. Tex
charging his Shine Spark in the room before the climb. Looks like he's just going to spark up, save some time that way, not going for halfie. And we have Masshesteria entering Meridia as well, right hot on his heels. Nobody getting Plasma Spark yet. Hopefully Masshesteria gets it. It's another good beginner strat that just takes, you know, almost frame perfect ledge grabs and incredible movement to save like 20 frames.
Yeah, so, you know, why not go for it right away?
Really nice farming strat there by Caznode too, using a super on those I think they're Poyos. Yeah, to get some extra health and drops. Playing it safe.
Definitely somewhere I used to farm because I'm terrible, so.
And really nice plasma strat to kill the pirates, get that D boost out. Really nice strat there. Let's see how Texas Dragon goes. Doing the vertical spark up through Dragon.
Gonna get some damage there, but not as much.
And missed the short charge there on the way back. Gonna try to keep him from picking him up and set this up again. Now Masshesteria, because he has Spazer, isn't as worried about bot wound. He's a little bit easier to hit with Spazer, and the charge shots do just as much as a super. So he can hang back on that left wall and just fill him full of charge shots. All right, I've been corrected. Plasma Spark saves a second, so it's 60 frames instead of 20.
So obviously it's the key trick for a new runner.
Yeah, absolutely. That 1 second is the most important second you can save in a run. Please don't listen to me like I'm serious.
Also, don't listen to me because not only am I not serious, I'm not very good at the game, so.
Looks like Masshesteria also just using that vertical spark to get up halfie climb room a little bit faster, and gonna use jump strats to get through the Coliseum.
I think he's channeling his IRL friend Kip to use the Southern Comfort strategy. No one talks about it anymore, so I figure might as well drop it here.
Yeah, I believe the Southern Comfort strategy is you could start going for getting up for halfie, but when you feel it slip, just spark up, because if you're not going to get halfie, then you're better off spending that spark getting up to the top as fast as possible. And going to take a safety save before Dragon too. I think that's another good one because Dragon chain damage is very real and can kill you very quickly. Both Galen and Massis and Caznode taking the southern route here after picking up ice. I've been told by my Super Metroid coach that I am no longer allowed to take the northern route and that I must always go southern route. I think that might have something to do with my coach being Southern Kip, but I could be wrong. And there's Dragon down for Tex. A bit of a rough fight there, but any fight where the boss dies is a good fight in my book.
If you're alive, you still got a chance.
Especially in a race setting, right? Like safe strats, good. And we see Caznode with a really clean chronic boost taking the lead over Galen. This is a heck of a close race between Caznode and Galen.
It's a nice spark there by Mass. I mean, definitely not, what you would consider pristine for, an advanced runner, but for someone who's not been running very long, it was well done. And anytime you hit the spark, in that case, I think you're doing a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's another nice horizontal spark into Dragon for him. And Galen not even going for fast pillars, just going to power bomb him. Caznode getting fast pillars, going to pick up a few more seconds. Oh, and killing that pirate on the right there after laying the power bomb. That, I'm guessing, reduces some lag in the room. But I could be wrong. The plasma also causes lag, so I'm not real sure whether that works out ahead or not.
Mass had a really nice Dragon fight. Really timed out the sparks really well to where he knew he could go into using ammo and then put one charge shot in and stopped it.
Yeah. And we see Caznode killing those key hunters there. That lowers the lag on these two power bombs by a lot. And so if you get fast pillars, killing those two key hunters actually saves you quite a bit of time. But yeah, I agree. Really nice fight by Masshesteria on Dragon. And it seems like he's got a really good strategy with getting consistent boss fights, which I think is more important than worrying about doing them super fast when you're starting out.
Yeah.
He's looking really good. I'm really impressed. We'll see if any of these runners decide to pick up Ridley E-Tank too. They've been playing it pretty safe, which we see a lot in these races when there's a pretty big differential in PB times. The faster runner will tend to play it safe to make sure that they don't forfeit with a death. So I wouldn't be surprised to see either Caznode or Galen pick up that Ridley E-Tank.
Definitely not.
Although first they got to kill Ridley, and I don't care how much gear you have. You can die to Ridley. We've seen good runners die to Ridley in 100%, so you can never take it for granted. It was Tex that grabbed Crab Supers, by the way. And very nice jump up into the claws by Caznode, ending that fight sooner rather than waiting for Ridley to come pick him up. Doesn't look like he's going to pick up Ridley E-Tank. He feels comfortable with 4. And really nice health coming out of Ridley too, so hopefully won't have any problems with Lord Norfair escape.
Yeah. Apple tanks and plasma. Okay. Acid. Yeah. There's Ridley for Galen as well. See how good a drops he gets. He's a little bit lower on health, so if Ridley isn't nice to him, I could see him picking up the tank, but he decides 241. That's more than enough to get out, and just gonna head on out. Yeah, this section of the game is also known as the how to dodge 6 key hunters that will do 50 damage apiece to you section. We got the 3 there in Red Key Hunter Tower, and then 3 more coming up in 3 Musketeers. But with over 200 health, you can generally face tank all the way through there, so I don't expect them to slow down much here. We see Tex also taking the southern route, so far we're 3 for 3 on the southern route. That is apparently the more preferred route. And Caznode dodging those key hunters really well and using plasma to get some iframes to just go straight through a couple of them and then dodging around the other ones. Very nicely done. You're cutting in and out a little bit there, Mook. Not sure. I will check something on.
I think the chat is enjoying your robot voice, but I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. Galen going into 3 Musketeers, a little bit different scenario. He's only got 115, so he has to be careful here. He's actually going to be super safe and just kill them with plasma. It's pretty quick. You get a little bit slower than dodging them, but 100% more safer. More safer? 100% safer, saferester. Masshesteria also taking the Nutella refill. I think that's a great idea for newer runners. It costs almost no time, and make sure that in Lower Norfolk you've got full health to deal with anything that comes at you.
Definitely the southern route, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless we're I want to be a robot, I'll be a robot.
Nobody tells Mook not to be a robot. Tex clearing out all the pirates in worst room in the game, making sure clearing out all of them but that one. Wants to dodge that one, show off his bullet dodging skills. Going up there, getting out of this room. Not quite as bad as in some of the other categories. New route or low percent, it can be a little bit tougher, but always dangerous. And you see Masshesteria using the power bomb strat there. It's very important if you're not doing fast pillars to lay those power bombs as far to the right as you can. If you're even like a power bomb's width too far to the left, you'll have to lay 3 instead of 2, and that means you either have to farm power bombs or pick up power bombs of shame. And nobody wants to pick up power bombs of shame.
No.
We can say hi to Ponkfish on Galen's screen. Gonna just fly right by him. Ponkfish, the only fish wearing Venaria suit.
Also the only fish that actually is Seffi's fish, but that's okay.
I believe when he's facing right, he's Ponk's fish, and when he's facing left, it's Seffi's fish.
I'll buy it. I'm more than okay with that.
Caznode gets a little bit of a breather here. Can practice his double bomb jumps or his horizontal bomb jumps if he wants, or he can just take a stretch, get some water, enjoy the crystals exploding, and get ready for freezing some Metroids, shooting them in the face.
Mass is definitely ready for races as he, again, safety saves before Ridley. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to save before the bosses, saving before Ridley, Fantoon, and Dragon, it's a pretty smart choices.
No, I definitely agree.
Ooh, Caznode missing some supers and not getting any drops from that Metroid either. He's gonna probably start using missiles and grouping and hoping that they drop some missiles, some supers for him.
And then Kojak 2 more right after it.
Yeah, I got a couple there. He's gonna group all 3 in this room too. And then I imagine if he doesn't get drops here, he'll kill the first 2. All right, he's up to 8. I think he's probably safe with that to just group these guys and missile them. And that's what he's gonna do. And he's through no problems. So those first 2 rooms are pretty trolly, but those last Metroids were a lot nicer now. All right, and Masshesteria going after Ridley right as Tex comes out. Notice Ridley using gravity here to allow him to pogo as well, and Masshesteria saying, "That's fantastic. I'll just stand over here and shoot you, right into your feet. Well, you can't touch me."
Shoot him right in the bum.
Ooh, Caznode landing on that platform during baby. Okay, he recovered really nicely. That's a tough spot to land on your first jump. Oh, but landing on the seaweed there, not able to recover fully, so he's gonna have to stop and take a refill there instead of skipping that. And
Been
Galen
a tough day for him.
Yeah. Galen going into the last Metroid room with full ammo, so he's got no worries. In fact, he used missiles anyway, just in case. Didn't want to even risk going in with 29. Facing right and saving the 40 frames, but also looking back. And I think people should always look forward. Really nice fight by Masshesteria on Ridley. Ridley's down, and he does pick up that extra E-tank, which I think, again, 5 E-tank run. We've seen a lot of even the top runners doing 5 E-tank runs here, so don't blame him at all for picking that E-tank up.
No, if it's good enough for 2Cat, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, and we got Galen going for baby skip, clearing out all of the gray enemies there. Causes a little bit of lag, but it can make the jumps a little bit easier. And it looks good. He's through. Very nicely done. Caznode telling that Zeb to let him through. He's got Mother Brain to shoot with missiles here.
There we go.
And takes 6 missiles to break the glass, and then you have to do 3,000 damage to Mother Brain, along with using, I think, at least 12 more projectiles. So 18 total projectiles and 3,600 damage, basically, is kind of the numbers you're looking for. In the standard new route, or sorry, in the standard old route that most of these runners did with 20 missiles, 10 supers, it means you'll have 5 extra missiles left if everything hit. Galen, on the other hand, is down 1 missile, so he'll be left with 4 if everything hits. Ooh, I think he got sniped there too. Getting a missile snipe not so bad, but you gotta be careful with those supers. And he almost had another super snipe there. That could have been bad. And Caznode making quick work with 20 charged Ice Wave Plasma on Mother Brain. Gonna take a rainbow beam here, and we get to watch the cutscene. Now's a good chance for Caznode to go grab a glass of water. Maybe take a short bathroom break before running to the ship.
Mass making very sure to get out of the 3 Musketeers really smoothly. Get another appearance of the Seffy fish down here on Texas screen, and he just shot it to death.
Did he killed the Seffy Ponk fish?
Yeah,
that's a bold choice.
Which would have been Ponk fish because I believe it was facing right.
Ooh. Punk's not gonna be happy about that.
Not at all.
We've got the double Metroids and double Mother Brains on the screen. Surely nothing bad is going to happen here. Wait a minute. Mother Brain came back to life. What is she doing? Oh, get out your Bible thumps. Get them ready. The saddest cutscene in the history of video games right here. Don't worry, it'll be okay though. We'll get revenge. Caznode's gonna wreck Mother Brain with the rainbow power. And choosing to do the leg reduction strats, standing a little bit closer to Mother Brain, jumping and firing. That rainbow beam is so powerful it causes your Super Nintendo to lag.
So powerful it stops time itself.
And also, I think Caston's trying to do the bomb spread with it. I think the game treats it as a charge shot or something, because if you morph while you're shooting it at just the right time, you'll do bomb spreads, which is a lot of fun. Galen also doing leg reduction strats, finishing up Mother Brain. And Tex heading down into Turian. Tech's practicing his space jumping. That's good. Space jumping is really finicky. Everybody's had that time when space jump just stopped working and you fell all the way down. It's good to practice that.
Definitely. Not all space jumps are made the same.
Yep, very nice spark up by Caznode. Jumping up through Parlor. I have more trouble getting through Parlor with high jump and space jump than I do at the beginning of the game, but probably has something to, I thought for a moment that Caznode was going down to save the animals, but apparently that was just a flicker. He is heading to the ship, and Caznode has done with in first place with an official time of 50 minutes and 29 seconds. Nice job, Caznode. GG.
Definitely good job.
Yeah, and Galen with a nice behemoth spark. I believe he also was one of the runners that did the behemoth climb using both behemoth strategies in the same room. That's pretty exciting.
I do not remember because it was a long time ago.
Yeah, my memory doesn't last that long either. Galen going for the triple Samus, not getting it unfortunately, but finishing with an official SRL time of 51:05. Nice job. Nice job, Galen. Really close race by those two. And they're both going to win their individual races with really excellent times. And we have our other tuners not that far behind. Masshesteria about to enter Turian, and EODTex about to try to avoid the baby. Oh, unfortunately, unable to baby skip, and instead will baby skip. Also, the baby's name is Skip, so he almost skipped skip, but instead he did the skip.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Masshesteria's ammo is looking really good, so not going to have to worry about drops from any of these Metroids. Should be able to just super kill all of them.
Those extra 5 missiles will help out just in case if something happened to go a little bit wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. With those extra missiles, he could actually be missing, let's see, you can have 15, 10, so with an extra, he could actually end of this last room with 25-7 and still be fine without having to refill, I believe. And it doesn't matter because he's full on ammo, full on health, and heading toward the baby. EODTex saying, "Hey Zeb, could you do some damage to me so I can get some iframes and jump through you?" Why you got to be like this? Masshesteria not going for baby skip, going to just damage himself down, trying to get as low as possible to shorten the cutscene. That's a lot faster if you're not going to go for baby skip, or if you're not very sure of it and you're on PB pace. Sometimes it's better to just take a bunch of damage, let the baby grab you, get done as fast as possible, because the jumps that you do for baby skip do take a little bit of time. Also, Tex with the extra 5 supers, he's not worried about getting sniped at all. He's got plenty of extra. He's going to have some supers for Mother Brain if he wants to use them. Get your Gear Forces in chat there for Caznode's credits, and keep them pre-typed, because in about 30 seconds you'll get some more from Galen. EODTex saying, "I don't like ketchup. You got any mustard for those fries?"
Or mayonnaise.
Tex not damaging himself down under 400, which is going to waste a little bit of time, but maybe he doesn't want to chance taking some chain damage from Mother Brain. Hopefully he doesn't get unlucky. I think it's actually possible to die doing this if Mother Brain happens to do too much damage to you during this cutscene, but he's going to be all right. Masshesteria getting through Zeb Skip, no problem. Very nicely done. First try, in fact. And shooting his supers at Mother Brain. 11 extra missiles. It's gonna fry some cyborg supercomputer. Oh, we can't Deer Force twice in a row because it was within 20 seconds. What is that? Somebody needs to whitelist Deer Force and let people spam it.
That hurts my heart.
And we've got Tex taking his much-needed break from 55 minutes of blazing through rooms, while Masshesteria is just getting into catch-up phase.
Whew.
Oh, and
thank you, iframes.
Strategically takes a catch-up so that he doesn't have to damage himself down. As a really, really solid strat there. I'm going to call it that.
Definitely calculated strat right there.
Dead Mother Brain number 3. Very, I love that nobody. I haven't watched all the races obviously because there's a ton of them, but I've seen a lot of finishes, a lot of races getting finished, which is always good to see, and a lot of close races.
Yeah, no, I feel like a good portion of the runners have definitely made sure they're going to finish. And some of the ones, some of the unfortunate deaths that we have had have become because they are pushing because they're in a tight race, or they're, against someone who they know they have to take risk, and that's more than understandable.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what Texas PB is, but it looks like Chad is saying since he came back to 90%, he's got about a 59. So this is actually going to be a really good time for where he's at in any percent right now. It should be either a really low 58 or maybe a high 57, depending on how these two rooms go. Masshesteria as well should get sub-hour, which is awesome. I think their PB is a 59 something, but I could be wrong. I didn't have time to look them up beforehand.
For some reason, I thought I saw low 58s.
Oh, it's a 58-13. Okay. All right. So, yeah, it's 58-13 is Masshesteria's. So, but they're going to be real close to their PB within about a minute, which is always pretty good for a race scenario where you saved 3 times and maybe took an extra E-tank or 2. Well, probably not 2, but an extra E-tank. That's really good. The Dragon save probably takes about 20 seconds, maybe 30, because it's the most out of the way, I'd say. Yeah. And EODTex has finished up with an official SRL time of 58:03. GG Tex, nice job. Very good run. And Masshesteria getting off the planet right behind him. We'll see if Masshesteria saves the animals here. I'm not sure. Not sure if he's an animal saver or a frame saver.
There is only one right decision.
I'm not surprised that Tex didn't save the animals, considering he also killed Punkfish / Seppifish. So.
Such a shame. We hardly knew that fish.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting 4 frame saves in this 4-way race tonight, or this afternoon rather.
4 deaths of fusion.
And GG Masshesteria finishing with an official SRL time of 59:43. Nicely done to all the runners. Awesome race. Thank you for bringing me in for commentary. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for joining me. I would. It's probably better for the people of chat that way, other than me being a blithering idiot.
Oh, absolutely not. I think it wouldn't be the same without Robot Mook every once in a while, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We do the best we can. That's all we can do.
Make sure, by the way, that you follow these runners. They're putting themselves out there for your entertainment, and always worth a follow to check them out when they're streaming or practicing. I don't know. There's so many races today. Let me bring up the spreadsheet. I'm not even sure when the next one is.
There is 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh my gosh! I hope you guys didn't pay for your full seat, because you are only going to need the edge today. That's 4 solid Super Metroid races. We've got following this race in about looks like we're running behind, I guess, on Speed Gaming. Coming up 40 minutes ago, unless they're running already, which could be the case. We've got Karen Cano versus PGA Mexican on Speed Gaming 6. Starting in 18 minutes on the schedule is Moo Diddy versus Toasty Muffins on Speed Gaming 2, and following them is Cyan Mache versus Black Elite John. And then the evening ends with KNO3 and Left Turn on Speed Gaming 3.
Prepared.
All right. Well, I think we're going to be heading out here soon. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Mook, thanks for commentating with me. Hope everybody watches the other races, especially where are we at? Speed Gaming 2, Speed Gaming 6 right now has Super Metroid, so go get that. Go get that Speed Gaming fix, that Super Metroid fix right now. Catch that race.
Yeah. Go watch the rest of the races. Jumping in, Rumble. Appreciate it. Guys, as always, feed Feasel tacos and have a good night.
Good night, everyone.